Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about RSA algorithm. So RSA is called a public key encryption algorithm because we do the encryption using public key. Data encryption is done using public key. This is a sender, this is a receiver. Now sender wants to send the data to receiver. So this data is encrypted using public key. It is encrypted using public key. That's why it is called as public key encryption algorithm. Okay, so data is converted into ciphertext using public key. So it is the most popular asymmetric key cryptography algorithm. Why it is called as asymmetric? Because we use two different keys for encryption and decryption purpose. For encryption, for doing the encryption of data, we use public key in RSA algorithm, and for doing decryption at the receiver side, encryption will be done from the sender side and decryption will be done at the receiver side. So for during decryption you use private key. So for encryption we use public key, and for decryption of data we use private key. That's why it is called as asymmetric key cryptography algorithm. Asymmetric means two different keys are used, one for encryption and one for decryption. Same key is not used for encryption and decryption. Two different keys are used. That is the reason it is called as asymmetric key cryptography algorithm. It is the most popular one. So RSA algorithm is based on the prime number. Okay, so prime number forms the basis of RSA algorithm. Prime number is the one that is divisible by 1 n itself. Example, 3 is a prime number because it can be divided by 1 or 3. No other number can divide 3. Okay, 3 is only divisible by 1 n itself. So 3 is a number, prime number, because we know that it can be divided only by 1 and 3. No other number can divide 3. So real challenge in the case of RSA is the selection and generation of public and private keys. So how we get public and private key is a real challenge in case of RSA algorithm. So now we'll understand how public key and private keys are generated using them. Using RSA algorithm, how we can generate public and private key, that we are going to see with the example. So using public key and private key only we can do encryption and decryption. For encryption we need to use public key, and for decryption we need to use the private key. So this is the algorithm. Algorithm is nothing but a sequence of steps. First step is we have to select two prime numbers p and q and multiply them. And answer of this p into q you have to store in n. And this prime number should be different from each other. Okay, they are distinct prime number. Then we have to calculate the phi of n. What is phi of n? P minus 1 into q minus 1. Then we have to calculate the part of public key. How to find the part of public key? Such a way that when you find the greatest common divisor between e and phi of n, it should be equal to 1. Greatest common divisor of e and phi of n should be 1. And it should be less than value of n. Then we have to find the private key. How to find the private key? This is a formula, e raised to minus 1 mod of phi of n. Okay, then we have to find the ciphertext. This formula is for finding the plain text again for decryption, and this formula is for encryption. Okay, we have two different formula, one for encryption and one for decryption. So we'll see this with the example. So choose two large numbers p and q first. Then calculate n equal to p and q. Then select public key, that is the encryption key, e, such that it is not a factor of p minus 1 and q minus 1. Okay, e is a public key which is used for encryption, we need to find. And then we have to find the private key. Private key is called as decryption key because it is used during decryption of the data. So what is the formula? This is a formula for finding private key and public key. D into e mod of p minus 1 into q minus 1 equal to 1. For encryption, calculate the ciphertext. Encryption means we are converting the normal plain text, normal original message into ciphertext. What is the formula for converting the plain text to ciphertext? CT means ciphertext and PT means plain text. So ciphertext equal to plain text raised to e mod of n. And that ciphertext is sent to the receiver. Then at the receiver end, decryption is done. How decryption is done? Using this formula. Ciphertext raised to d, we have used the private key now, into mod of n. We will get the plain text back. So this is the step-by-step procedure, or you can say RSA algorithm. We need to solve one example of this RSA algorithm. Then you will understand it in a better way. So in the problem, this might be given already in the problem. P equal to 3, two prime numbers, distinct prime number will be given in the problem. This is one prime number P equal to 3 and this is second prime number Q equal to 11. Both are prime number, we all know. Why? Because they are divisible by themselves or by 1. No other number can divide 3 or 11. That's why they are called as prime number. Then public key part is given, that E is a public key. Okay, it is a part of public key. E equal to 7 will be given. Either public key will be given or private key will be given. One key will be given in the problem itself. Otherwise you won't be able to solve the problem. Okay, at least one key will be given. Based on that one key you can find the other key. Okay, so public key is given in our problem. And the original message is suppose this 5. See, and whatever message you send, hi, hello, how are you, any message you send, okay, inside the computer or inside your laptop or your mobile phone, everything gets converted into binary. That is 0 and 1. Everything gets converted into number. Okay, so this 5 will also be converted into number. Binary number. So your message gets converted into first ASCII value, that is like this number, normal number, and that this number also will get converted to binary. So now we have to solve this. So first step is what? Step 1 is done. Since we are given P and Q, already P and Q is given in the problem, and they are distinct prime numbers. We know 3 and 11 are two distinct prime numbers. Now what is step 2? We have to calculate n. How we calculate n? N equal to P into Q. So what is P and Q? So n equal to P into Q. So what is P? P is given as 3. And what is Q? Q is given as 11. So what is P into Q? 33. So value of n is 33. So this is the step number 2 to find the value of n. Step 3, we have to find the phi of n. Now how to find the phi of n? Phi of n formula is this. P minus 1 into Q minus 1. So phi of n equal to P minus 1. P is 3 and Q is 11. So 3 minus 1 is 2 into 11 minus 1 is 10. So 10 into 2 is 20. So phi of n is 20. And n we have got 33. Okay, we have done P into Q. That is 3 into 11 and we got 33 as n. And phi of n we got it as 20. So these two values we need in our calculation. Then step number 4 is select E such that E is relatively prime to phi of n. It should be prime to phi of n. That is prime to 20. GCD of phi of n and E should be 1. Greatest common divisor between phi of n and E should be 1. And E should be greater than 1 and less than phi of n. So value of E should be what? Greater than 1 and it should be less than 20. So E is already given in our problem, that is 7. First check, is E satisfying the condition? That is E is greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. You can see 7 is greater than 1. And E is less than phi of n. Phi of n is 20. We have got from this step, right? We have got from here. Phi of n is 20. So is E less than 20? Yes, 7 is less than 20. We know. 7 is greater than 1 and it is less than 20. So condition is correct. So this is correct. 1 is less than E and E is less than phi of n. Step 5 is what? We have to determine the private key now. Public key is already given. E is already given in encryption key. Now we have to find the key for decryption. Okay, D for decryption. And E is used for encryption. So how to find the D? This is a formula. D into E mod phi of n equal to 1. And D should be less than phi of n. What is phi of n? 20. So value of D should be less than phi of n. That is 20. This condition should get satisfied. This is a formula. D into E mod phi of n. So we have to apply this formula and calculate the value of D. It should also satisfy this condition, that is D value should be less than phi of n. That is D value has to be less than 20 because phi of n value is 20. It cannot be greater than 20. So how we will calculate this now? Write the formula as it is. D value of E is already given in the problem, that is 7 mod phi of n value is 20, we all know, equal to 1. Now just trial and error you all do. Just take the value of D, start from 1. Okay, it can be at the most, it can be what? 19. Because D value, it is already you should know this condition that D value cannot cross 20. It has to be less than 20. So start from 1, D as 1, you take 7 into 1 mod 20. What is 7? 1 into 7, 7. So 7 mod 20 is, answer is 7 only. Smaller number modulo greater number, answer is always smaller number. Okay. For example, if you do 1 mod 20, answer is always 1. If you do 2 mod 20, answer is always 2. If you do 3 mod 20, answer is always 3. If you do 19 mod 20 also, answer will be 19. Because 19 is smaller than 20. Okay, if you do smaller number modulo greater number, answer is always smaller number. Remember that. So, we want answer equal to 1. It is not equal to 1. It is equal to 7. See, in the formula it is given. Should be equal to 1. The value of this, whatever you are calculating, should be equal to 1. But it is not 1. We got 7, right? So, D value cannot be 1. Now take D as 2. 2 into 7 mod 20 you do. Now what is 2 into 7? 14. 14 mod 20 is what? 14 only, because 14 is smaller than 20. Cross. Then take D value as 3. Answer has to be 1. Okay. So 3 into 7 mod 20. 3 into 7 is 21. So 21 will come over here. So 20 mod 21. What is 20 mod 21? 21s are 20. So answer will remain 1. Modulo means we have to always take remainder as a answer. Mod means remainder. So answer of this is 1 and we want 1 only as an answer. So this is correct. So value of D should be 3. So we got the value of D as 3. So now we have both. Public key and private key. Okay, public key part and private key part. Public key is 7 and private key part is 3. So now you can find the ciphertext and plain text both. So public key is what? E is just a part of a public key. Actual public key is E comma N. So your public key will be what? E value is 7 and N is 33. So this is your actual public key. And similarly, what is your private key? D comma N. So what is D? 3. So 3 comma 33. This is your actual private key, which will be used for decryption. And public key will be used for encryption. So now how to find the ciphertext? This is a formula. Message raised to E mod of N and M should be less than N. Okay. So now we'll find what is our message? Message is 5 given already. Raised to E. What is E? We got 7. Mod of N. What is N? Value of message should be less than N. So what is N? N we have got 33. So 5 raised to 7 is, answer is 78,125. If you calculate using calculator, you will get this answer 78,125 mod 33. If you solve this, you will get the answer as 14. You can solve this manually. 33 modulo 78,125. So when you do 78,125 modulo 33, you will get the answer as 14. So this is our ciphertext. So ciphertext value is 14. Actual message is 5, but the ciphertext we got is 14. So now how to do the decryption at the receiver's end? Receiver will receive 14 as a ciphertext value. So using that ciphertext, receiver device should be able to compute the original message. So for that you have to use the ciphertext value 14 raised to D. D value is 3, we know. Mod 33. So what is 14 raised to 3? If you do 14 raised to 3, you will get the answer as 2744 mod 33. If you solve this like this, 33 modulo 2744, you will get the answer back as 5. That was your original message. And you should get the 5 only as the answer. If you are not getting 5 as the answer, that means encryption and decryption is not done properly and the keys are not correct. The key values E and D values were not correct. Okay, that's why you should get the answer as 5 only. You should get your original message back. Since sender has sent the message 5, receiver should receive the message 5 only. Okay, so if you are not getting the 5 as an answer, that means your keys were not correct. Either E value was wrong or D value was wrong. So this way you can solve the RSA algorithm problem. So you can say that if you get the original message at the receiver's end, that is message equal to 5 we got, which was the original message sent by the sender. So you can say the message decrypted correctly and successfully. If you don't get the original message as an answer, either your keys were wrong or while solving you have done the mistake. So this way you can solve the RSA algorithm problems. Thank you.